Thank you for tuning into another episode of The Discussion. I am your host, Stefon Luv, and I'm glad to see my people are tuning in every week. You know what I mean? They're staying up late to watch me. You know what I mean? This week's show, I have the homie. He's a superhero for real. You know what I mean? He's not in the wheelchair though, you know what I mean? But he goes by the name Professor X, you know what I mean? Charles Xavier. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show. His name is Charles Bascom, but you know what I mean? Professor X Xavier Bascom, correct?
Yes, sir. Bascom.
Welcome to the show, man. Like, you know what I mean? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Chilling, enjoying the vibes of Charlotte since we've been down here, you know.
You said you've been out here since April?
Yeah, April. Came down from New York. I'm from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Moved down here with the artist I'm managing, King Myers.
Yeah.
Hailing from Wine Dance, you know.
Yeah.
So we had to come over, take over the vibe that's out here, you know.
So I mean, what made you come? I mean, you only came down here specifically for him, or what made you?
It's kind of a crazy story. Like I quit my job in Buffalo because I was just like, I'm done with this. I want to move, get out of that city.
What were you doing in Buffalo? What was your job?
I was a contractor for city. I have a master's degree in finance, and I'm a registered stockbroker.
So you know money.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I went and stayed in LA for 10 days to see if I wanted to be out there, interviewed with some companies out there. Then I flew out to Charlotte during All-Star Weekend, did some interviews out here, and I was managing another artist at the time, a smaller artist out from Bakersfield, California. Goes by Blaine Hides. He won the National Congressional Medal of Honor and everything, so I was trying to get him to open up for King Myers, because King Myers, you know, is already on. So I pulled up on him, DM'd him on Twitter. We pulled up on him at this restaurant here in Charlotte during All-Star Weekend, and me and him chopped it up about getting Blaine on a show with him. And then he was like, well, what do you think you could do for someone like King Myers? And I was like, I don't know, let me find out. So I went, did my thing, called him, I think like a day later, and he was like, all right. And then we just been working ever since. That was back in February. Mm-hmm. And then we both decided to move down here in April because we just felt like we'd be able to do more damage as a 1-2 punch together.
Yeah.
All the time, vibing off each other, building. And we just been down here working together.
You saying you felt like you could do more damage? That's you and King Myers?
Yeah, like down here together in the same city, because we were, you know, he was in Long Island, I was in Buffalo. You know, we were on phones, things like that. But just being in the same presence.
Of course.
You know, with each other, because like I have that business mind and he's got that artistic mind. We just collaborate and we just been taking over, you know.
Yeah. So, how did y'all meet in New York?
We didn't meet in New York. We met here in Charlotte during All-Star Weekend.
Oh, y'all met in Charlotte during All-Star?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
that was the first time I ever met him. I had talked to him before on Twitter for a couple months. But, yeah, we finally came together. Just like everything happens for a reason, it seems like, you know.
So you came, so you must see something in him, like for you to uproot and come all the way out of here. Like,
yeah, I deadass believe in him, you know. Like, I think he's going to be, like, you know how that champagne cork, you know, you feel that it's about to pop, you feel it?
Exactly.
Like, we're right there. We just need that thumb to flick it off.
That's what's
you know,
up.
so that's why we're here, got the studio up, you know.
So that's my question to you too. Well, don't destroy it, please. So that's my question to you too. Y'all got the studio here. Now, did you come here with the intent to open in the studio, or how did that come into play? Yeah,
that was like our first intention, was to come to Charlotte, open the first high-rise studio down here, because, you know, coming from New York, they have those. Mm-hmm. In LA, they have those. So we were like, Charlotte's catching this vibe, you know. On average, 200 people are moving here a day, and they're coming from all over.
Yeah.
They want to feel those vibes. So we started down in Ballantyne. We moved down there, not really knowing the area, picking somewhere, because we just moved down here and had to have a place. We got a feel for the area, moved, and we finally moved into Uptown, into a high-rise, and got the studio up and running. So our plans all came together. It just came together a lot quicker than we intended.
That's what's
just because we've been, you know, moving, hustling around, putting the groundwork in.
No, that's what's up. So I'm pretty sure did you own a studio when you lived up top, or no?
No, we didn't.
Because I was going to say that I'm pretty sure it's probably cheaper down here to do it versus, you know what I mean, doing it like in New York.
For sure. Yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, so, and it just opened, correct?
Yeah, open. We're not officially open. We're having our grand opening party in the beginning of August, but we're open where our artists have been coming in, recording, and everything like that. So still putting it together, but grand open is going to be like beginning of August.
Damn, homie, no, just make sure, but I ain't getting no invite or nothing. Y'all like, yeah,
We have a busy schedule. Of course, you're going to be on the invite list, VIP
like,
guest list. What you mean?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Like,
Get you your own Henny bottle.
I appreciate that. I'm just not hearing about it. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. That's what's up. All right, so y'all having like the official like grand opening, and there's a bug flying in my face. You know what I mean? But you're having the grand opening.
Yeah.
In August.
Yes, sir.
So what's the name of your company?
Wealth Garden Entertainment.
Wealth Garden Entertainment. Now, is this a company you established when you came out here? Or was this something that was in Buffalo as well?
We had it in Buffalo. I actually have two partners,
Okay.
Andrew Cheatham and Jarius McMillan.
Okay.
And we came together. We just have a bigger vision. You know, Wealth Garden Entertainment is just the base of the pyramid. You know, we're building to a big peak. You know, it's coming. That's why we have Wealth Garden Entertainment. We also have Wealth Garden Incorporated. They're two separate entities.
Yeah.
But we have a grand scheme with all of it.
Now, on your social media, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it looked like you got more than one artist, though, correct?
Yes, I'm managing King Myers, Young Zay. He's a hot up-and-coming artist here in Charlotte. He's only 18. Just actually he's about to drop a hot music video and everything. Where My Beat At.
Okay.
I'm excited for y'all to hear that. I also manage both of Ray Lewis's sons, Ray Lewis III and Young Sean.
Yeah.
And then also Cap Dollars. He's a social media influencer in the Carolinas.
Okay, so all your artists are here.
Yes.
You ain't like nobody in New York?
Well, Ray Lewis is in Orlando right now because he's still talking with teams, trying out for the NFL.
Oh, Ray Lewis Jr.?
Yeah, Ray Lewis III. And then Young Shad actually plays for Maryland. He's got another year, and he's going to try to take that shot to the league. And once he's done, that's when we want to open our Wealth Garden Sports Management subsidiary to manage him as well and be his agent.
Okay. That's what's up. So y'all looking to, I want to not say be the next, but compete with like a Rock Nation.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
To be better than them. They showed the blueprint, but we're going to show them, we're going to like take that Charles Bascom King Myers touch, make it better.
So I know you know finance because you have a master in it, but do you have a background in the entertainment business?
Nah, I just always really loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always just kept up with it. Really loved music. Like, I wasn't really athletic until late in life because I was a D1 college athlete. But it was late in life, so I played instruments growing up. I played clarinet, trumpet, trombone. I was in chorus.
Okay.
So I always really loved music. I wasn't super talented at it or anything like that, but I kind of like got away from it once I got into sports because that took up my time. But I always just, you know, if you always ask anybody, I always have my headphones in, listening to something. Me and my college teammates, we used to do one listen reviews on albums and send them to each other and everything. So just taking that finance background and applying it to the entertainment industry, though, it all kind of coexists because at the end of the day, it's all business.
Now, could I ask how old you are, if you don't mind? Because you look like you're young, like, you know what I mean? So you look like you're a young man. Like,
I'm 25.
You're 25?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I'm saying talking and you saying King, I'm like, yo, you look like you young yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Nah, that's what's up, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're 25, you're making, because these aren't little moves you're making.
Nah.
Especially what you're saying, like you going to LA, and then with you even saying stuff like you uproot and come here and open a studio. There's still dudes that are like in their mid-30s, 40s that's still not even doing that. They're trying to do that.
Yeah, you know, I'm at that point in my life where, you know, I could take those chances because I believe in myself. I believe in my team. I believe in King and Zay and what we're doing, our movement, our company business plan. You know, that's going to come to fruition. So right now is the chance to take it because, you know, when you hit 30, you don't got the energy to be in that 4-hour sleep club like me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I kind of disagree with you there because I'm over 30. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
But you want to be with your family more, don't you? You can't just,
honestly, yeah, you're
right.
right.
Know, you don't want to just pick up and be like, oh, shoot, I got to go to this show all the way in, you know, could be in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? I could do that right now.
Yeah, nah, you're 100% right. I can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying? So you have the label, you have your artists, and I know you say you want to be better than the Rock Nation Empire, like, you know what I mean? So is that the whole plan? Like, I mean, do you want more than that? Like,
honestly, the plan is to eventually open a black-owned bank and a black-owned hedge fund and black-owned mutual fund, especially with the hedge fund. You know, we want to use different assets such as entertainers, musicians, real estate, things like that. So that's the goal. Yeah. Long-term for me with my financial background. But yeah, we want to get into real estate. You know, I really want to, part of the structure of Wealth Garden, you know, our company motto is soil your riches, because just because you're rich doesn't mean you're wealthy. Exactly. You got to soil those riches just like you would a garden to become wealthy.
Gotcha.
So, you know, in the entertainment industry, the sports industry, you always hear stories of like these guys make millions and millions of dollars and they go broke.
Yeah.
Or they can't live the lifestyle that they want. So like part of my goal with the company is to teach them, all right, you're going to make 95% of your money in a 5 to 10 year span. Here's how to teach you how to make it last 70 years. You know, that's like my overall goal, because I feel like there's a lot of people take advantage of a lot of people in this industry, you know, due to lack of education or whatever it is. And I just want to be that avenue for artists, athletes to feel safe and be like, yo, I'm going to be taken care of businessly all the way through your financials, everything top down.
I mean, so what's your background? I mean, are you someone that was born into money? You come from money? Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'm a first generation high school grad, you know. I come from you know, a split family in the city of Buffalo. You know, my dad, he is around, but not like that. I actually am not even that close with my parents or anything anymore. Just on different paths right now because I got to be focused and everything. But now I just grinded everything you see. I built myself. I've had a job since I was 13. Started my first company back then, a babysitting company and everything. So I just been an entrepreneur my whole life, hard worker. You know, got my college scholarship for track. Went to UB and then transferred to Coastal Carolina. Did my 3 years, 3-year captain. Got my MBA. Graduated and just been attacking it ever since. And I never wanted to be in corporate America for 40 years, you know? Like, the goal is to be sitting back with these guys when I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So, worked a couple years, saved up some bread. For a year and a half I worked roughly, and then got into this and been, you know, pedal to the metal ever since.
So what's the culture like in Buffalo? Because I know there's artists like West Side Gun, like, you know what I mean, that are kind of putting Buffalo on the map, that are making people see Buffalo. Because not for nothing, like I said, I'm from the city. So, like, the people in the city, they don't, like, if you're not from one of the 5 boroughs or Long Island, like, they kind of like, exactly, like, you ain't from New York. But like I said, with artists like West Side Gun and even like Benny the Butcher and stuff like that are from Buffalo, like, it's like, okay, now we're seeing like a different side of Buffalo, or at least a side that was always there, but nobody paid attention to. So what's the life like in Buffalo?
Buffalo's a real blue collar city, you know, like, the inner city, people don't want to be there, you know. You know, the east side, you know, people call it Afghanistan, so, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's nice areas too. It's just like any city.
Of course,
but everyone's blue collar, like even people with money, like you could be, people in Buffalo could be worth $20 million driving a Prius. They're cheap. But we got good food, you know, pizza, wings, put New York under the, you know, we put them to shame, you know what I'm saying? But then we also got our Canadian influences because, you know, I could walk into, you know, Canada over the Peace Bridge from Buffalo.
So, so I'm glad you said that, because the whole time listening to you talk, you have like a Canadian accent.
Yo, everyone says that.
You do. You have a Canadian accent. So I'm listening to you talk, and I'm like, well, he said he's from Buffalo, but the couple of dudes I know from Buffalo, they don't talk like that. But you, like you, with the, you know, like, I mean, like that's how they talk.
I spent a lot of time in Canada. All my, a lot of my homies are from Toronto, so I used to be up there every weekend, you know. So I picked up a lot of them influences.
That's what's up. No, I mean, because the only thing I know about Buffalo is I always wanted to go to Niagara Falls. Which is up there. Always wanted to go to Niagara Falls, and then my cousin, he's from Harlem. He was locked up. You know, I mean, he an older dude. He probably like. Damn, he probably like 60 now, you know what I'm saying? But he was locked up like all his life, you know what I mean? He's from Harlem. He met a chick in Brooklyn when he came home. So she ended up moving to Buffalo. So he ended up going up there with her. You know what I'm saying? But he will always call me asking for money because, you know what I mean? He wanted to get back in the streets, but he wanted to do it in Buffalo. But he older. So it's not like he was out there like putting these young dudes on. He was actually going out there working for these young dudes, you know what I mean? And it was just like, I sent him bread, like, you know what I mean, just like, fuck it, just give him money, just make it flip and give him my money, like, you know what I mean? But then he becomes a fiend out there, so it's like I sent him the money just so he could be a junkie. You know what I mean?
There's a big opioid epidemic out there.
Yeah, so I'm just like, but that was like my first taste, even though I never been there. It was like my first taste of like, yo, you a junkie? Like, so what's going on in Buffalo? Like, you know what I mean? So
there's nothing. That's why, bro. Buffalo is crazy. It's so cold. There's nothing to do. You know, so people just
get high,
get drunk. Like bars are open till 4 a.m. just like in New York City.
In the city,
You know, all that. You know, it's crazy out there. Honestly, it's like people. I think last year it's rated usually pretty high as the most dangerous city in New York.
Is it?
Northeast usually, yeah. Like, but But I love Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? We got the Bills.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
most loyal fans in the whole sporting world. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no one sticks with the team that loses 4 Super Bowls in a row. But you catch Buffalo fans, they'll be out there in the cold, -30, naked, out there with their painted. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's a sports town or a football town or?
Nah, we don't win, but we
Nah,
love our team.
I'm just saying, but I'm just
we're
saying,
a hockey
like,
town. We're a hockey town.
but I'm saying, but just the energy, like, you know what I mean, like,
for sure, we go rah for all the
Yeah.
sports, everything. You know.
damn, okay, you know what I mean. What was I gonna say? I had a question I was gonna ask you. You know what I mean? Oh, so because you mentioned like you guys had like the best wings and the best pizza, but I just found out like a couple years ago that Buffalo wings actually came from the city of Buffalo.
Yeah, the Anchor Bar on Main Street. You know.
So I mean, I mean, I don't know if maybe it's just ignorance or stupidity on my part, but no, I didn't think they came from an actual Buffalo. But like, I never knew. Like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, Buffalo wings came from the city of Buffalo, New York. Like, you know what I mean? And it was just like, yeah, it was. Just, I was like, oh, that's where it came from. Like, because I always wondered what that name came from. Like, what the fuck, Buffalo?
Yeah, it's the sauce. It was made in Buffalo, so.
Yeah, so
You know, that's why like when I go to places, it's like, dang, like I don't even get wings because I'm privileged being in Buffalo with wings, you know.
I mean, so yeah, so do people expect you to know how to cook, like, or make buffalo wings?
Yeah,
They do.
Actually, funny story. These guys were roasting me because I've never fried anything. I don't know how to fry chicken, and they were just roasting me because I don't know how to make chicken wings. Like I bake everything.
Who's roasting your team? Like
Yeah, my
King and them?
team,
Like,
King and
yeah. I mean, I'm interviewing King next. Hopefully, he know how to cook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang.
I'm nice in the kitchen though, just not with the chicken wings.
You're not the chicken wings. You just don't fry at all.
No frying.
No frying at all.
Only bacon.
That's a healthy way of living, though.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I wish I didn't know how to fry. Right? You know what I mean? That's what's up. So you bake it. So are buffalo wings originally like baked? Like
No, they're fried. Everything.
they're fried, but you don't fry though.
Nah, I don't fry. I don't even make. I don't even make chicken wings. I make like only breasts and stuff.
So you're a disgrace.
Yeah.
You see?
In terms of making chicken wings, yes, I'm a disgrace. But you know, take me to Buffalo. I'll drop that 15. Get some and mess them up. You know, by myself, 20 of them.
Now you say you've been here since April, right? Mm-hmm. So how often you go home?
I haven't been home since.
You haven't been home since?
Nope.
I mean, I know you say you're not in good terms with your parents right now, but I mean, do you have other family outside of your parents up there?
Yeah. I got my uncle and my papa. You know, big support for me. They're coming down to Myrtle Beach next weekend. We got a big family reunion, so I'm excited for that. But
okay.
You know, they come and visit me because they understand what I'm doing right now, the process, like, and everything of what's going on that I don't got.
Yeah.
I don't have. That's part of the reason why I left Buffalo, because I'm very caring. So I would often find myself taking time, my free time that I could be using to build my company, you know, build myself to other people, whether, you know, it's time, energy, money, whatever.
Exactly.
Especially my family. So that was part of the maturation process of me to pick up and move and realize, like, I'm going to be better and I can, you know, be there if I need to, but they're not going to always ask me because I'm not right there.
Exactly.
So being in Charlotte, it allows me to be more focused too. And my papa and uncle, they're really big supporters, and they understand that, so they come to visit me when they can and things like that. And my uncle Gary too, he be coming down. He came down a couple weeks ago. So
aside from All Star, have you been to Charlotte prior to?
Yeah, it's crazy because I went to college at Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
And everything. And we used to come for track meets, drive through here for track meets. I came up with my friends, and this city. And I graduated in 2017. And I hadn't been here since 2016 probably, and it's just crazy how much this city's grown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like this area. The Carolinas are nice. The weather's good. So I kind of had, you know, influenced my brother. He lives down in Rock Hill. He had a house built down here.
Okay.
So that was a big part of me moving.
He's an
down
older,
here.
younger?
He's not my real brother. He's like that close friend, you know, that I
Gotcha.
consider. So he's my same age and
Okay.
everything.
So he lives in Rock Hill, though? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's not far.
Yeah, so me and him, we get together. He helps me a lot with marketing because he's in the marketing and everything. So, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. You know what I mean? So is that your team? Like, that's you?
Yeah, we actually got a big team here at Wealth Garden. You know, we got a lot of things covered. If you ask King later, you know, we have a graphic designer, Coach K. He works up for at Cornell University.
Okay.
You know, he's my biggest influence in my life. He's the one that took me under my wing and got me here, got me a college scholarship. So he does all of our graphic design work. We have, like I said, we got marketing. We have someone that helps with like our web design. You know, we have a lot in-house, a big team, a lot of people that like really believe in me
Yeah.
and believe in what I'm doing. So it's great.
Nah, that's what's up, man.
Soiled my riches a long time to finally come and pull it out. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's what's up. So this is home now.
Yeah, this is home for the minute, Charlotte. We really feel like there's a wave here that we can catch, especially with, you know, so many people from all around the country moving here.
Yeah.
You know, especially, you know, it's going to be known as the second largest financial city in the country behind New York once the BB&T and SunTrust merger completes. So I just feel like there's going to be money here, and there's that influence. You know, the baby kind of set it off.
Yeah.
But you know, we're gonna catch that, and we're gonna be bigger than him, hopefully, guaranteed.
Nah, I'm glad you said that, because, like, you know, my background prior to this show, like, is in the music business. So it's like, I mean, I was in radio for 12 years, and prior to that, I worked for Russell Simmons, and I worked for Atlantic Records. You know what I mean? But I'm saying that to say, like, I was a part of that whole Texas movement.
Okay.
With Paul Wall and Mike Jones and Slim Thug and Billionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I was doing all their distribution before they all got picked up. And, like, when they picked them up, but it was one of them things where it's like how you're saying the baby now. Like, because the baby's hot, it was like, yeah, everybody's going to start looking at this market now. And that's how it was at that time. It was like Mike Jones was shouting out his number back in the day. Like, so everybody was looking at that market like, yo, who is this dude?
Facts.
And then they was picking everybody up. And that's what I spoken to a couple of artists. I was like, yo, are y'all ready for that? Now that the baby, like, not only to get signed, but he's hot. Because I don't know if you noticed, like, you know what I mean? Labels sign artists all the time. So there's tons of artists that get signed to labels, but they're just sitting there. So, like, but the ones that get signed and then they, like, take off, that's when, like, other labels are like, oh, I got to find out who they are, where they from, and they want to get other artists from that market too. So are y'all ready for that?
Oh, we were born ready.
Yeah.
That's why we came here, you know what I'm saying? We saw the opportunity.
Yeah.
And, you know, my team's shooters, you know, we like Curry.
Yeah.
We're taking that and we're making it, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to be out.
Yeah.
And in 2019, everyone in the country is going to know about Wealth Garden Studios, King Myers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That's what's up, you know what I mean? That's what's up, you know what I mean? And Wealth Garden, so like I said, it's a label and it's a finance.
Yeah, it's going to be a financial, it's going to be a full encompassing entertainment company, you know, managing financials all the way down to business. And then we also are going to be in other business ventures such as Wealth Garden Studios, a recording studio, you know, where artists can just feel a positive vibe always.
Yeah.
You know, that's the big thing with the studio, and that's the big thing with me managing, I feel like, is, you know, I give that positive vibe, you know.
Yeah.
So that's like the goal. You know, I feel, like I said, I just feel like there's a lot of snakes in the industry, you know, not looking out for the artists as people. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? They're still people, so they still need that help too.
Yeah.
And also, like, a lot of labels, they just suck what they can out of the artists, and and managers, and they don't worry about building them as a brand. Because what happens when, you know, of course, someone's going to come in and surpass J. Cole, the baby, Kendrick, Drake. But what happens to those artists that are like King Myers, that might have that 5 million, 10 million fan base? When someone passes him and, you know, he's still getting those fans, but he's not getting the new fans. You got to be a brand. And that's what guys like Jay-Z have done. He's a brand. You know, Rock Nation's a brand. Drake, OVO's a brand. Yeah. Kendrick, TD's a brand. J. Cole, all that's a brand. And that's what my goal is, you know, make these guys into a brand so they're making money for them, their kids, you know.
So entertainment, was that something you always wanted to do? Because I know you say you've played instruments and you've sung in choruses, but the entertainment field business, is that something you always wanted to do?
No, honestly, I wanted to be an anesthesiologist growing up.
Put niggas to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. So, because my aunt, she was a doctor and everything, so wanted to do that. And then I got good at sports. So I wanted to be a pro track runner because I had a really successful, like, last year and a half of high school track, and I was like, I'm going to make the Olympics. And then I got to college and I wanted to be a stockbroker because I saw The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah. So that's why I got into finance. And then I just got back into music because, like, when I got out of college, I had time to, like, enjoy it again, listen to it, get back into it. And actually, one of my clients that I was managing when I was an advisor at Merrill Lynch, she recommended me to an artist. The first one I told you about, Blaine Hides out in Bakersfield, because he recently, like, he had saved a woman from being macheted to death by her ex-boyfriend in a Starbucks out there. Yeah. So he gained, like, national recognition, got, like, and everything. So he flew me out, and you know, I ended up managing him, and that's how I got into it. But
you don't manage him no more?
I manage him, but he's kind of like, he had to take a step back, get his health together, get his money up so he could, because he had a lot of, you know, physical therapy, medical bills, things like that. So he's kind of just, like, focusing on that.
Could I ask what happened? He got shot or something? Or?
Well, he went at the Starbucks. He was there one day for a meeting. This was back in September of 2018, and all of a sudden a woman came running in. She's screaming, "Help! Help! He's trying to kill me!" And he ran behind the count. She ran behind the counter and was hiding. This dude came in with a machete, and he realized that she was back there and just went over and started like hacking her up in the middle of a Starbucks in Bakersfield. And so Blaine, just the only person that did anything, he ran over, and because he was like a security guard, things like that, he threw the guy.
He was security there.
No, he wasn't security. He was just there, but he is a security guard. So, his instincts, he went over, tried to defuse the situation. The guy wasn't stopping, so he ended up throwing the guy off the girl. The girl ran, but then when he went to go, like, subdue the guy, he, like, slipped on her blood on the back, and he was on the ground. So then the dude took his opportunity and started stabbing him up. So Blaine got, like, all this stabbed up. He got stabbed in the chest a little bit, stabbed in the leg. And so that was, like, what happened to him. It's a crazy story. It's all over the news, though. Look it up.
This was in 2018?
Yeah, if you type in Blaine Hides on Google, it'll come up.
So did you manage him before this happened? Or?
No, I managed him after all that happened. And then...
but he's still dealing with medical issues?
No. He just kind of like, he took a lot of time off of work, so he has to get back into that, build himself up so he could build his brand, continue to build his brand up,
Yeah.
So, because he's like more in the anime space. He's actually in that Dragon Ball Z Broly movie that came out in January. He was like a voiceover character.
Yeah.
He won the National Congressional Medal of Honor for Citizens, given out. We were in Washington, D.C. for 5 days back in March.
Yeah.
Receiving that. So he's got things going on, but it's just he has to get his personal life situated first. Not be in the spotlight.
Yeah. Damn. Shit, like, I kind of just fuck my head up. Like, I wasn't even expecting to hear this. Like, a machete too? Like,
yeah, and the dude was like 6'5", like 270. Like, he was a big dude.
And he was just shanking him.
Yeah, just cutting him up. Crazy story.
So, is dude locked up now? Like,
yeah, he's locked up. Oh, I think the trial's still going on. I don't know. I think he was trying to plead insane. I don't even know.
So, I mean, I understand you said his job, like, he was a security guard there, but his job is like at that time was a security guard.
And he's really, Blaine's really big about compassion. He's
But he didn't have nothing of his own. Like, he ain't had no gun, no knife or nothing. He just went there like.
No, he was just at Starbucks at a meeting with his friend that he was talking to about music. So it was like you know what I'm saying? It was just a normal day for him. He wasn't even on duty. He wasn't working. It just, that's the type of person he is. He was like, I don't know this lady, I don't know this guy, but I'm not gonna let her die in front of me.
Yeah, but he risked his life, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just a selfless person.
So you really are Charles Xavier, yeah?
Yeah.
He's one of your X-Men, yo, like, you know what I mean?
He goes by Static. That's his rap name, Static, yeah.
Yeah, so you really got superheroes on your team.
Yeah. King Myers, he's the best lyricist in the game. That's his superpower. He could drop a bar at any time about anything.
But I ain't got to say nobody in Starbucks, though.
What if a dude's like, drop a bar right now, or I'm gonna take this whole Starbucks out? King Myers is right there.
Yeah, what if they got a knife though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do got superheroes. Blaine is a real life. I don't like call him a superhero. He doesn't like to be called a hero. He's just, that's what he would want someone to do for his mom, his sister. Same thing for me, you know. And I can't sit here and say I would do the same thing or anything. But that's how he is, and that's one of the reasons I was like willing to work with him. Yeah. Is like, yo, you're like a good person, and I want to have that in my life and have that as representing my company.
Yeah, but it's one of the things where it's like nobody really would know if that's something they would do for somebody else. This is one of the things where it's in the moment.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, you know what I mean,
because there's like 30 people at that Starbucks. Nobody did anything.
Yeah.
People didn't even call the police. This went on for like, the police were right across the street at Chipotle, and they didn't come for like 10 minutes.
The niggas like Chipotle. So they went to finish their bowl first. Like, gotcha. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Well, all right. They knew they had an X-Men there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, damn. Okay, shit. That's what's up. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming King Myers is like he's your like Kendrick to TDE, like, cause you're bigging him up a lot. I know you got other artists, but you bigging him up a lot. Like, you know what I mean? And the thing is, like I said, I'm gonna interview him next. Like, but it's one of the things where it's like I see his social media. And I see the kid like living like a rock star, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, I gotta talk to this kid, like, you know what I mean? Like, shit, cause I want that rock star life too, you know what I mean? I want a car, like, I want the mansion, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, so definitely. But is that the same, like, goal you have for your whole team? Like,
Oh, of course, we got to get everybody there, but someone has to be the pioneer. If we put equal, like I give equal energy to everybody that I can, but King gets the utmost because once he makes it and he's Kendrick, look what happened with Kendrick. Who's on now? J-Rock. J-Rock just sold out almost like every show in Europe. He had an album up for Grammy Album of the Year. So same thing with Schoolboy Q. They come up. Drake, he puts on people. Same J. Cole. They just did that Revenge of the Dreamville, JID, all those guys. So gotta have someone that's going to pop everybody. He's the cork popper. That's what we call him. That's my man's right there.
Okay.
Look how big love for him right there. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all just met though.
Yeah, but it was just like, people come into your life for a reason. It's crazy. Like we just met, and just like, but you ask people now, we be finishing each other's sentences because we just had the same wavelengths on like when things happen, pop off. We had the same idea, like this is what we're gonna do to capitalize off that. And it's just crazy. Like we just have that crazy synergy, and like that's like my brother now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's what's up.
So yeah.
No, that's what's up. And like I said, y'all both from NY, but y'all didn't meet until down here.
Yep.
No, that's definitely what's up. You know what I mean? So for All Star, did you come here specifically to have like the meeting that you had, or did you come here to enjoy the festivities? You came for the game? Like,
it was a coincidence that we were both here. Honestly, I came down here to spend time. That was when I was trying to decide where I was gonna live. So I was doing job interviews in LA. Job interview that I flew from LA straight to here, and did 10 days here. So I was gone for like 20 days, just traveling. Did the job interviews here. Was enjoying All Star Weekend. I went to the Rising Stars game with what is it now? The USA versus the World. I went to that with my brother and my best friend, and then King just happened to be here because he was performing during All Star Weekend. And everything. So we just linked up. I saw on Twitter that he said I'm pulling up on Charlotte. I was like, I'm gonna try to get this man, even though he got 300,000 Twitter followers. I hope he gets my message. You know what I'm saying? So it came together. Everything happens for a reason. All the angels, thank God, looking out for me, and everything that we have moving. We put positive energy in the world. Positive things come back.
So are you looking to get like picked up for like an imprint, or you want to stay completely independent? Like,
we're kind of on the fence. We want to be in the proper situation to make sure that our artists and entertainers and anybody that we work with is in the best position. We want them to have the leverage in that situation, because the blueprint we're in a digital age now. The blueprint's online. Companies like United Masters. You don't need a label. You could do your own distribution. Things like that, and build your own social media marketing plans. But there are good labels that you could get a good deal. Nipsey got a good deal when he dropped Victory Lap, and that where he got to keep his masters and things like that. So that's the kind of situation like that we.
But that was a situation that was like years in the making.
Because
they wouldn't have gave Nipsey that early in his career, because Nipsey built and established himself as a brand. That's why Atlantic came in. Because Atlantic, like I said, I used to work for Atlantic Records. They want to own you.
Like, and that's the goal with Wealth Garden. We want to build our own brand. And then have them come to us where we could get a deal like that for our artists. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, okay, gotcha. So you're on the fence though, like.
Yeah, it would just have to be the right situation. We don't want to be slaves to anybody. We all are alphas. We have our own train of thought, and we don't want to be in the studio and be like, oh, give me that song. I'm giving it to this artist. Like, no, that's my song. Or artists don't want to do other people's songs, things like that. They want to have that independence. So it would just have to be the right situation.
Okay, like. Because now, like I said, you could be your own company and stay independent and just do everything digitally. Yeah, I mean.
But we are talking with A&Rs, just because, like I said, if it's the right situation.
Can you name the A&Rs? Well, not necessarily name the A&Rs. Can you name the labels that you're talking to?
We've spoken with Rock Nation. We spoke with Atlantic. We spoke with A&Rs from United Masters. So got a couple companies we've been talking with. Atlantic as well.
But would you want to go to United Masters route when you're pretty much doing that on your own?
That's why it's a friend that I know we went to University at Buffalo together. He's an A&R there, so we and him chop it up, send him music, and he likes it. Because Ray Lewis III, he actually does his distribution through United Masters.
Does he?
Yeah. So
okay.
He's about to be dropping his his mixtape through them, first one, free entry in a week or two.
Now, without stating his age, Ray Lewis III, he's not a young man though, right? He's a little older.
He's like 22 or 23.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because he was living in Baltimore for a minute, right?
No, he wasn't. He was Ray Lewis III played football for the U. Then he came to Coastal, and that's where me and him became friends. And then he left Coastal and went to a school in Virginia to finish. And now he's just doing his talks with NFL teams. You know, he's doing tryouts, things like that. So getting ready for camp. Hopefully, he gets an invite. So.
Gotcha. Oh, then I mean, I could be mistaken, but I know like, because I was living in Baltimore for a little bit. You know what I mean? And I know back then with the artists I was working with, they was telling me, like they was working with Ray Lewis's son. It might not have been Ray Lewis III. It could have been. You know what I mean?
He has a lot of kids. Ray Lewis and Ray Lewis III and Young Shot have a different mother than his other family. So, but I know Shaw lives in Maryland. He does. He played for He plays for University of Maryland.
Gosh,
so football. So,
but I knew it was one of them, and they rapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Young Shaw raps too. So I managed both of them, Young Shaw and Ray Lewis III.
Gotcha. Okay. You know what I mean? So with all the artists you manage, you ever thought about putting out like a wealth?
That's in the works.
Compilation, like, you know what I mean, with all your artists,
Yeah, it's in the works for sure. We just kind of been trying to wait to find the right producer and everything. So we've been meeting with producers that want to just put a project together, you know, not tax, you know, like just actually work, you know, let's put together something great, get everyone on their credits and make a great project that people are gonna, you know. So we're working on that now with just a Wealth Garden compilation, so it'll be fire.
So, with you're new here. And King, how long has King Minds been out here? Like,
Me and him moved at the same time down here, April.
Oh, y'all both just moved out here?
Yep.
Oh, okay, so that's what's up. Okay. So, with that being said, I mean, so y'all not working with no other local Charlotte artists, like,
we have
collab with? Like,
we work, you know, like I said, we signed Young Zay. He's a local artist. He was born and raised here in Charlotte. And then we work with a couple other decks. He's from Charlotte. Do you know Cap Dollars? He's a social media influencer that's from Charlotte.
Out here. Like,
And we do some work with him, but he does skits and things like that. We're working with a producer, Freddie P. He's in the area, so we're working with people. It's just we don't want to work with everybody and dilute what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, 'cause I think the only artist I know out here that I work with, well, not even work with, like she was on the show, is Tiny Montana.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all familiar with her. Like she's done a lot of stuff. Like she's not on tour with the baby, but it's like she like everywhere he performed that she's like opening up like whatever. But she's from here, Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And she's dope. She a hard worker. Like she got a lot of followings too. Like, you know what I mean?
Word.
A huge following.
Let's look her up.
Yeah, Tiny Montana. Yeah, she's doing her thing. That's the only artist I really know out here. You know what I mean? That I know personally, I could say out here. You know what I mean? No, I'm lying. There was another kid out here named Freeze. You know what I mean? That I met. You know what I mean? Because he actually came on the show, but he's from Georgia.
Okay.
But he lives out here in Charlotte now. And he actually pretty dope too. You know what I mean? So yeah, just wondering like if y'all just
we're just
collabing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we just been really focused on the studio. We put some stuff on the back burners that we had going just to get the studio up and going and just moving, because that's like I said, our way that we want to take over the game. So, but we definitely have that in the works. End of 2019, we want to have a collaborative of Wealth Garden. Also working on Queen City Vibes, King Myers' next mixtape. So just watch out for it. It's coming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I mean, so, of course, this is a question for your team, but how does your team feel about you? Are they happy? Like, are they?
I mean, I know King, because like I said, as friends, and if he wasn't happy with me, he would have left already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope they're happy because I put my all into this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I dead believe in them. Like I believe in myself, or I wouldn't do this. I don't have to be in this industry. I could be in the finance industry 100%.
Yeah.
But I really believe in them. I believe in what they're doing, and I want to see them be successful for themselves and their families.
Definitely.
And everything. And like I said, soil their riches. So
what about you? Like, are you like looking to leave a legacy as well?
Yeah. I definitely want to leave a legacy for, I have a nephew, I have a niece, I have a godson. So I want to make sure they're well taken care of and everything. And I just want to be, I realized at a young age that in order to make the impact that I want on the world, you're going to have money.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to just get to a point where I could give back to, the communities that I came from.
Yeah.
Type of, teach them about money management, you know, because it's not about money always, it's about impact. So I want to take, you know, go to an inner city and do financial seminars for free, you know, open a brokerage firm that's free where I just manage, all right, you got $100, let's get you to $300 by the end of the year.
Yeah, okay.
Things like that, teach people, like, because people don't think of this when they have, you know, in the inner city. I feel like growing up, a lot of my friends, you know, they're always told the only way out of that type of life is either sports or music. We're not told, like, oh, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a financial advisor, you could do whatever. And that's kind of what I want to be able to go do and everything. So that's kind of like my big ultimate goal picture with this all. I don't want to be in like the big spotlight or anything. I like being behind the scenes, but I want to be able to give back and just empower people, empower them to, you know, achieve financial freedom, things like that, plan for the next generation, you know, because people don't even think of this. If you save $100, I use 100, which is a lot of money, but it's easy because it could split in fours really easily. But if you save $100 a week for 18 years with no interest, that's $90,000. That's a college education for your kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, it's easy to split, even if you do $50 a week, which $50 a week shouldn't be hard for someone that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be hard for some people, but you could really do that. That's still $45,000, and that's not counting interest that you could give your kid the opportunity to be better.
Exactly.
You know, so that's like the kind of things I want to be able to go around, you know, not only the U.S., but the world, and like really impact communities.
So, I mean, do you do like speeches? Do you travel and do like consulting, or?
I do have a lot of clients that I still speak with and manage their portfolios with. Things like that. Is just I haven't had time to do it like I want to, just because I'm focused on building these guys up, and that's gonna be what I give back, you know, when we make it and everything like that. So, but I do it when I can. I definitely look to always empower, educate people, things like that. So I have some meetings later tonight actually with some people. So I try to always keep that part of what I'm doing, because like I said, that's the ultimate goal. So you always got to keep that in what you're doing, and that's the ultimate goal. So. Yeah.
Okay, shit. That's what's up, man. Like, you know what I mean? So, it sound like, I mean, you young, but it sound like you got, like, your shit together. Like, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like,
you know, had to grow up fast when I was young and things like that. So I just always, you know, ask King or anybody, like, since he met me, I've had this mindset, you know, I've had this mindset for a while. Had to mature quickly. Yeah. You know, I was a 3-year captain in college of the track team. You know, it's like, I just don't want to waste time or energy. You know, I can get dollars back, but you can't get time or energy back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why right now I'm really focused to set myself up to live the type of lifestyle I want to live for the rest of my life. Yeah. You know?
Okay. I mean, and that's that same vision you have for your team.
Exactly. Because there's no point of being on top if you ain't got no one to be on top with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need everyone there on the yacht with me. Yeah. Not worried about going to work.
So you don't have any kids?
No kids, no girlfriend, nothing. I'm just focused right now.
That's what I just say. So you straight focused, like, so no distractions.
No distractions. That's why I had to move, man. Besides these guys, I don't know nobody down here. Yeah. So everything's always in the industry, always towards my work, everything, you know, so.
Okay. Shit, now that's what's up. You know what I mean? Because now you said you came down for All Star, and I run a marketing company.
Okay.
And my company was actually one of the sponsors for All Star.
Oh, word. No.
So I mean, I put money up here. So my company wanted a company to sponsor All Star, like, you know what I mean? And so it was a branding initiative for me, like, for my company. You know what I mean? So now I get it, like, you know what I mean? I like to see, and I want to see, like, I want to continue to see the growth of, like, your company, because now, like, I'm interested. Like,
for sure.
Like, I
stay tuned, you know, Wealth Garden Studios, we got that IG tag. Yeah. Stay tuned to that, you know, Wealth Garden Entertainment, King Myers, all of them, like, you're going to see. We're just going to keep elevating. That's the goal. It's like every day you just want to get a little bit better. Exactly. It's like when I ran track, my coach would always say, it's not about the big progression. It's like there's 365 days in a year, right? Mm-hmm. If you get 0.01 seconds faster every day for a year, you're going to get 3.65 seconds faster every year. You do that for 4 years, that's over 12 seconds. You're going to the Olympics with the time I was running, but so it's about consistency, building things like that. Think about, what can I do today to get 0.01 better? So that's what I apply to my work. What can I do to get this much further up the ladder? Yeah. And that's just being focused, though, you know? So.
Nah, that's what's up. Shit, you know what I mean? So you might come out here and actually shake shit up here in Charlotte. You know what I mean?
Like, no might, man.
change
Half
the
it
game,
already,
like,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We're changing the game. When people come through the studio, these artists, they stand there. We had a guy the other week, and he stood there in the window. King looks over, like, what you doing? He's just like, just catching the vibe. He's just standing there with his eyes closed, looking out at the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, give that vibe, you know, and people are going to spread word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? And people are going to want to come feel that same vibe. You can't drop, I've had artists told me, can't drop a bad song here. The vibe's just too nice, you know, so that's what we're trying to create, and that's how we're going to take over.
So where is the studio? Like, what's the exact location of the studio?
We're uptown down by 10th Street, so down that way.
And what floor?
12th.
You on the 12th floor?
The 12th floor. My birthday is the January 12th. Had to stay with that lucky number to start. You know what I'm saying?
So my question to you is, because I know you got the studio in the high rise, and I know I don't know if Buffalo's set up like this, but I know in New York, like in the city, even in Brooklyn, they have like actual buildings that are nothing but like recording studios. Mm-hmm. Is that something you trying to do too? Are you trying to get a building where there's like nothing but studios in it?
Of course, we definitely want to get into that. Like I said, that's part of the 5, 10, 15-year plan is to get into Wealth Garden real estate, where, you know, we could build that building and have those studios and have, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's definitely a goal for sure, but you got to walk before you can run.
Of course,
so just first get the name out. You know, we have like plans with opening, you know, other high-rise studios in other cities as well, so definitely part of the plan. So
y'all have like a dope engineer as well, like, because it could be a dope studio, but if the engineer whacked, then the quality's still gonna be some shit, like, you know what I mean? Like,
we have the best artist and engineer combo in the city. We have King Myers. What do you mean? He can do everything.
Oh, he's an engineer too?
Yes, and we work with other engineers and producers too, but King Myers engineers, yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So when artists coming in, like they working with a star already.
Exactly. And that's the type of vibe they like, you know.
So I mean,
King's there.
So is there an additional fee for, like, you know what I mean, working with the king? Like,
of course,
you know
there's an additional fee.
Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like if you coming in and it's like, you know what I mean, King is like mixing your joint down. It's like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? I gotta pay extra $50 an hour for this. Like,
of course,
you know what I mean?
of course, there's extra fees. So we actually also got like an intern. He's learning how to engineer on Pro Tools, because he used, like, of course, like other programs. So trying to soil his riches too as a young 17-year-old trying to come up. So he's learning from King and everything. So yeah, we're just ascending in the right direction. But yeah, King mixes, and there is an extra fee for that. And if you want a verse, there's a fee for that too.
Yeah, of course. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, that's what's up. You know what I mean? So
no freebies. That's the slogan over here at Wealth Garden. Soil your riches, but no freebies.
So how many booths in the studio?
We have one right now.
Just one booth. Okay, gotcha.
So just like I said, we like to build that personal connection with somebody in the studio so that they have that vibe where they're comfortable. They don't feel that pressure.
Yeah.
You know, we gave away a studio session to a young 13-year-old kid that's been him king up for a year. His name is Lil Sippy from Asheville. Him and his mom drove all the way out here, and the kid was dead nervous. And then at 10 minutes in, he was like super loose. You know what I'm saying? He just like loved the vibe, just super excited. You know, he's 13-year-old kid, never been in the studio. So we just like want to have that type of service for people right now with what we have going. So
yeah. Damn, no, that's what's up. Like, shit, like, I'm mad at the fact that I didn't make it out to the studio. Like, you know what I mean? Because I told y'all.
The invite's always there, man. Come through.
Because I'll definitely want to check it out. Because at least if I checked it out, then I could even speak from my own personal experience. Like,
come through. Do you do music?
Nah.
I was going to say, you could spit a little something, maybe do some ad-libs.
Nah, I never was an artist. I never did music. I was always on the business side. Like,
same, that's where I'm trying to be.
Like, straight up. Like, I was never like, and I feel like, not for nothing this makes sense, but I feel like we're like a rare breed.
Yes.
Because everybody is an artist or was an artist or was an aspiring artist, and if they didn't make it, they just started focusing on the business. I was always just on the business.
I wrote one song my senior year of high school with my friends. And I actually played it for King recently. After that song, I knew I was like, I'm a business guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's when I knew.
Yeah, nah, straight up. Like, when I was a kid, like, I knew I wanted to work in the music business. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew so many dope artists that was just fire, like rappers and singers. And I'm like, yo, you know, I want to get in the business and just manage them or you know what I mean, something like, you know what I mean? So I never ever was an artist. So it's like you can't even like how you say you play the song like I never even recorded nothing before. Like so it's like, you know what I mean, you can't ever say like, yo, Steph, I heard the joint. Nah, you can't find nothing to do with me. Like, you know what I mean? I used to write like the hooks.
Okay.
Like for the artists I used to manage, I used to do their hooks, but I still never even like got on the mic and did the hook for them. Like it was still like, here, this is the hook.
That's what
just
you're gonna say.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? And that was probably the most of anything.
You get your writer credits though?
Of course, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's
of course,
all that counts,
yeah,
man.
of course.
The
like,
business side.
Yeah, because like I said, I handled the business, so it was like, but I felt like if you just sucked at your hooks, and because I used to DJ back in the day too, like I had that ear as to what would be hot. Like, yo, say this, like, you know what I mean, just say this, and we'll just, you know what I mean, stack it a couple times through ad-libs here, and like we'll just, you know what I mean, make the hook, like, you know what I mean.
That's all it is.
Yeah, like
listen to the top 10 artists.
Yeah.
And, okay, what's hot right now? All right, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, like straight up, like that's what it was. So it was like I was never, like I said, an artist though. Like, you know what I mean. So that I'll come through and check it out. Like, you know what I mean. But I would never.
I'm trying to learn to engineer a little bit just because like I love to keep learning and progressing. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. I might just stick to the finance.
I mean, okay, so crazy thing. I was trying to get into the engineering aspect too. You know what I mean? I didn't want to get, but then it's like, with me wanting to be an engineer, it's like you work in a studio, so you're recording any and every artist. Like at that time when I was trying to do it. And so I'll be in studios and some of the artists be like the wackest artists in the world. So that it kills that fun of being an engineer because then you're just stuck behind the booth just like, you know what I mean? So it's like
I've already experienced that. I'm just like sitting there like, dang, this 2 hour session over.
Yeah, so then it's like, all right, so it's not fun. So that's what I learned. Like, you know what? I can't do the engineering thing. You know what I mean? Unless it's like I had my, like, say, like you and King. Like, if I had artists who was like, you know what I mean? I was a fan of their music, was passionate, was doing this together. Other than that, like, if for me, like, wanting to be an engineer, and I would sit in the studio, there was time I would literally, like, dozed off. You know what I mean? And then, like, and then, the funny thing is, I was living in DC for a second, and this dude owned the studio in Northeast, you know what I'm saying? And so he was doing like, he was hiring like people to engineer for free in exchange for like him teaching you how to be an engineer because he wanted an engineer. So it was like, I was like, okay, cool, I can learn how to engineer for free. Like, and so on everything, I swear, this blind dude came in. He was a rapper. Blind, I swear on everything. You know what I mean? Blind dude came in rapping. You know what I mean? And so in these stories, his rap, he was talking about how he's shooting at niggas, he running from the cops. And I'm just like, you can't even see what's in front of you. But this is what he was really spitting. And it was like, it's funny now, but at the time I was just like, yo, I'm ready to get out of here, man. Like, you know what I mean? This dude, like, I mean, he had his homeboy, like, he was like blind. Like, he had the walking stick and had his homeboy walking into the studio.
Was he
like,
blind his whole life?
Yeah. So it's not like he's telling previous stories and maybe he got his eye shot out or something like that. Nah, this dude was always blind.
Yo,
but then he's telling
crazy.
these stories like, yeah, I mean, I shot this dude, robbed this nigga, ran from the cops. Like, and I'm just like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
ran into a fence.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, and then, so not only was he telling these stories, but then he was whack. So it's like, all right, so you're whack, but then you're telling these fabricated stories. Like I said, at least it was you saying, like, this how I was in my past. Like, yeah, I got my eye shot out or something, or I was running from the cops and I fell and landed on a piece of glass and it poked my eyes out or something. Like, I get that. But then nigga was born blind. Nigga was Helen Keller. Like, you know what I mean? Nigga was like, you know what I mean? Dude was blind. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, how you, like, he telling these stories and it's like, nah, like, come on, son. Like, you can't do that. Like,
everyone's an artist.
Exactly, everyone's an artist. Yeah, that's what it was. And it was just like, you know what I mean? And then he had the walking stick, so he didn't even mix in the stick in the stories like while he running. Like, he just like, and I'm just like, nah, son. Like, you can't. Like, so that was honestly like my last session as me trying to be an engineer. And I was like, yo, you know what? I can't do it.
You're like, it's over.
Yeah, because I would be bored. Then like, especially with dudes like if they. Like doing block race, like buying like 10-hour blocks and shit like that. You just sitting there, just like, like you say it like, nah. So I couldn't do it. So I'm just saying it because I understand what you're saying. You was thinking about.
Yeah, I think about it. It's like I've had that experience already, just sitting there in the studio, or it's like someone comes in like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta listen to this multiple times.
Yeah.
Like. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to the business side.
Yeah, because I mean, even with the mixing aspect, like I don't even have the patience like to mix, like just because like you
It
say,
takes an ear.
yeah,
Like, things they hear. Like
Yeah.
when King's mixing, I'm like, yo, I don't even know what you're hearing right now.
Well, the thing is, I actually feel like I do have an ear. I just don't feel like I have the patience for that tedious shit of trying to correct it so it can sound like good quality. But when I hear shit that's like not the best quality, I could be like, yo, they could have turned this or they could have did this. Only because, like I said, when I used to work with artists, I was always in the studio with them. So I would see what the engineers were doing, and I would actually like listen to hear like the sound they were trying to put out. You know what I mean? So I could still listen to stuff now, but I don't think I have like the patience to do that tedious shit of just like, all right, let me turn this up, let me bring this down, let me, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, you know what I mean? All of that shit was just, it was boring to me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just leave it alone. Like, you know what I mean? I don't got that energy for
Of course,
it. You know what
there's
I'm saying?
businessmen and there's artists.
Yeah.
And there's business to artistmen.
Exactly.
You
You
know
know
what
what I'm
I'm saying?
saying? So I just figured, let me just, let me, you know what I mean? Just
Stick to
focus
the
on the
business
business.
side.
Yeah.
Get that money.
Yeah, so I totally get it. Like I said, I was never an artist, like ever. Like I said, the most I did was DJ.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was dope as a DJ. You know what I mean? And that's the only time I do feel like I wish I did learn how to like mix. Because when I used to host artist mixtapes, I would DJ it myself. But I felt like the quality wasn't always the best, like the sound quality of the whole mixtape. You know what I mean? Where if I didn't know how to like properly, not necessarily mix it, because they give me songs already mixed, like I'll just DJ it. But like if I knew how to really like master it, like to give it that nice crisp like sound.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like other than that, like I'm good. So.
Nah, I feel you, so I
Yeah.
can definitely relate.
Yeah. So fuck being an engineer. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
straight up.
I love all the engineers out there, but I'm gonna stay in my lane.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Straight up, like you know what I mean? Like.
I respect what you guys do because I know engineers don't want to be looking at the numbers all day that I look at, the financials or forecasting and things like that. So
Exactly.
that's tedious.
No, it is. I mean, it is, but it's like if you have a skill for it, like, you know, 'cause like I said, I have a marketing company. So it's like, you know what I mean? At times I'll be like, yo, this is too much. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm constantly doing proposals and writing up business plans and, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Coming up with different strategies. But at times I'll be like, I don't even feel like thinking.
Facts.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much at times. Like, I don't even feel like thinking about this right now. Like, you know what I mean? So, I totally get it. You know what I mean? And, I commend you. So, where can people find you, though?
You can find me on Instagram. My tag is WGEX, Wealth Garden Entertainment. That's what WG stands for.
Yeah.
We got a page for Wealth Garden Studios at Wealth Garden Studios. Also Wealth Garden Entertainment. Keep up with all the artists. That's at Wealth Garden ENT.
Yeah.
And of course, at Real King Myers. Keep up with King Myers and all his daily activities.
Gotcha.
Things like that. So, keep tuned on social media. We're always, DM us. We're really active. We like to engage with our fans.
Yeah.
Things like that. So, but best way to keep track of us.
Nah, that's what's up, man. Like I said, it was good chatting it up with you, Professor X.
Definitely,
you know what
I
mean?
appreciate it. Thank you so much,
You should have
man.
pulled up in the wheelchair, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know
No, you don't want me to pull in a wheelchair, man? What do you mean?
Yo, you the leader of the X-Men, like, you know what I mean? How X give it up, you know what I mean? All right, well, I mean, this was another episode of, you know what I mean?
Thanks for having me, man.
Nah,
I
no
appreciate
problem,
it.
no problem, you know what I mean? So this was another episode of The Discussion. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Tune in each and every Saturday at 11 p.m. Follow me on social media at The Discussion CLT on IG. Until then, see you next Saturday.